Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a great week. Staying at home. Thank you all for always coming back to watch my video. Yeah, in case you don't know me already, my name is Sophia. That's the name of my channel. The channel is all about me and a bit of my family as well. Okay guys, and in my channel I do everything: cooking, sewing, everything, name it. Yeah guys, before I get to the video, I just want to say welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you for coming, thank you for stopping by, thank you for subscribing. I really greatly appreciate it. God bless you mightily. And for my old subscriber, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. God bless you mightily. Love you guys. Mwah. Kiss, kiss to you all. Thank you very much, because I appreciate your love and your support. Yeah guys, so in today's video, don't forget to check out my website before I start the video. Yeah guys, because what I'm about to make, I'm going to be putting it on my website as well. Okay, in case you guys want to buy some for yourself. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a reusable, washable fabric face mask. Yeah guys, it's a simple method and doesn't require a lot of sewing, but you do require the sewing machine. Okay guys, yeah, so I'll quickly show you guys what we're going to be using. Hopefully the video is not too long. Okay guys, so I'm going to be using this kente print. Yeah guys, so I've already cut out what I'm going to be using, but I just wanted to show you guys the fabric. So I'm going to be using this kente print. So this kente print is the cotton one, not the polyester one. This is 100% cotton, because you need cotton fabric. You need those fabric that you can use for quilting, fabric that has a bit of body to it. Okay guys, that's not too transparent, because if the fabric is too transparent, the face mask won't work. And I'm also going to be using, this is some interfacing, the iron-on one. As you can see, this side is shiny, this side goes to the fabric. So you iron this side to the wrong side of the fabric. So I'm going to be using some of this just to give the fabric a bit more body. Okay guys, so I've already cut out the piece I need. I only need one piece. I'm making a lot, so I've cut a lot out. Okay, so the measurement you require for this is the one I'm making. It's the square kind of, the one you pleat in the middle. That's the one I'm making in this video. Okay guys, so the measurement you require is 15 inches, which is 15 inches across and 8 inches at the side. So it's very much like as if it's what do you call this shape? Triangle shape? No, it's not triangle, rectangular, oh I don't know. But anyway, so your measurement is 15 inches across and 8 inches down. Okay guys, so that's the, see, as I put on the table now, you can see the size. 15 inches across, 8 inches down. So okay guys, so yeah, I forgot to say that you need the measurement tape, of course, to cut this out. You need your chalk and you need 2 string of elastic. So this elastic, the measurement is 6 inches, 6 inches ish. Sorry guys, someone called me, so I'm using my phone to film this video. Yeah, so I was trying to tell you 15 inches across before I got cut off. That's the bad thing of using your phone to film. My camera, the battery is dead. So 15 inches across. So 15 inches in centimeter is 38 centimeters. Okay guys, and 8 inches, this one is a little longer than 8 inches, so I'm going to trim a bit off. Doesn't really matter, I'm going to sew it off anyway. So 8 inches is 20 inches, is 20 centimeters, not 20 inches, 20 centimeters. Okay guys, so you need your measurement tape before you cut this out of your fabric. You need your measurement tape, you need your chalk. So what I do, I just take my tape, measure 15 inches on part of the fabric. I use my chalk to mark it down, measure 8 inches on part of the fabric. I use my chalk, mark it down, and then I went across like this, 8 inches, 8 inches, 8 inches, until I got the size I want. Okay guys, The reason why you need 15 inches across and 8 inches across is because you are going to fold this into 2. You are going to fold this into 2, like that. Instead of cutting 2 pieces of fabric, you just cut 1 and then you fold it into 2. Okay guys, I'm going to show you how to do it. And also, if you have one of these measurement gauge, you are going to need this. If not, you can use your measurement tape just to measure. I'll show you guys later when I'm sewing it. I'll show you guys what this is for. Okay, yeah. And of course you need your sewing thread. I'm thinking of using a white thread, although I know it got a lot of colors, but I'm thinking of using white thread. Yeah, and the elastic, you need a very small elastic. See, this is the very smallest one. That's what you need, because we are going to be putting it, you know, it stretches, so yeah. Okay guys, so these are all you need, and of course your sewing machine. Okay guys, so I cut this, as I told you earlier on, out of the big one. I just measure it and cut it out. Okay guys, so I'm going to be ironing. I'm going to be ironing this. Let me just get a part of it. I'm going to be ironing this. Sorry guys, this video, because I was distracted, so the video is a bit it's like as if I'm forgetting what I want to say. So I'm going to be ironing this on this. Now it's not necessary to use this. It's not necessary to use the interfacing. It's just that it gives it a bit of body. Okay, it makes it more thickens the fabric, especially if you are using a very light fabric. The interfacing, although I wouldn't really advise you use fabric that is too light. You need a fabric that has a bit of body, like the fabric you use for quilting, yeah, or the African print fabric. The cotton one, they are more better. The polyester one is way too light for this. Okay guys, so I'm just going to iron this. So you need your iron. My iron is just warming up. So you need your iron with some, not necessarily with steam, but if it has a steam, you can use the steam. Just so the interfacing stick to the fabric. Remember, you iron the interfacing, the wrong side of the interfacing, which is the part that got the shiny glue part, to the wrong side of the fabric. So that's what I'm doing here now. Trying to avoid the iron touching the interfacing. Okay. So I'm going to cut it out now. Then I will iron it again, because I don't want the iron to touch the interface, it just glues on it. Okay guys, so this is sewing tutorial. I haven't posted a sewing video for quite a while, so I just thought before I post all the lovely stuff I've been making, I just thought of posting something simple first. Okay, so I'm starting with something simple first. This is a very simple project you can do if you know how to. Even if you don't have a sewing machine, you can use needle and thread. You can actually use needle and thread for this project. It's sewing the face mask. You can use needle and thread. Okay, so this my iron is semi-industrial iron. You don't have to use a semi-industrial iron, please. You You just need a normal iron. Your normal domestic iron will do just fine. Okay guys, so you can you see I've ironed the interfacing to it. Now it has a bit more body. Can you see? Yeah, so that's how it will look like if you iron it correctly. That's the front of the fabric, that's the back of the fabric. Okay guys, so the next thing we need to do now is to bring the sewing machine. So stay tuned, I'm gonna bring my small sewing machine. I'm not using my industrial machine today. Okay guys, my sewing machine is here. Okay, so now we are going to start sewing. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Yeah, so now you need your fabric. Use the right side of the fabric, right side together into two. This is the wrong side of the fabric, remember? Okay, so you just fold it into two. Fold the fabric into two. You can use your pin. If your hand is not very steady, you can use a pin and pin it together. I got some pins here. So if your hands are not very steady, I'm just going to use the pin just for demonstration purpose. So you can pin them together just to make sure the fabric stays in place. And any excess fabric like this little excess here, you can trim it away later. So you can put pin on the other end here as well. That's just to hold the fabric in place. Okay guys, so the next thing, remember the gauge, and I said you can also use your measurement tape. You don't have to have this. It's just so you can measure 3 inches from here, from the bottom to wherever the 3 inches point stop. So you just pull the gauge. If you don't know how to use this, it's so simple. It's just a gauge for you to, like, if you want to mark 1 inch, half an inch, 3 inches, it's up to 4 inches. This gauge is up to 4 inches. And also you can use it in your sewing machine as well if you want to gauge. That's what it's all about. So you just pull the red thing to 3 inches, and then you take your fabric. I don't know if you guys can see it properly. Okay, maybe you can see it here, I don't know. So this is the gauge in 3 inches here. I don't know if you can see it. It's on the red part here, it's 3 inches. So you just put your gauge at the very tip of the fabric here like this. And then you take your chalk and you mark 3 inches. And you do the same on the other side as well. So I've already marked it. You can see the yellow chalk here. I've already marked 3 inches here and do the same 3 inches there. Okay, so this little opening here, we are going to be turning the fabric out. Once we finish sewing it, we turn it out through this little opening. Okay guys, so that's what this is about. But you can use your measurement tape, which is much straightforward. Just take your measurement tape and you just measure 3 inches from the bottom, mark where it stops, and mark another 3 inches again, and mark where it stops. I really hope you guys can see what I'm doing. So you just take your measurement tape, you mark 3 inches from the bottom to where it stops, and the same on the other side. Okay guys, the lighting is a bit dull because I'm using my phone to video this. My camera battery is gone. Okay guys, so now we are going to do some sewing. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to sew half an inches. So half an inches from the edge, from here to here. You can mark it down if you cannot eyeball half an inches. You can just mark half an inches, because we are going to be sewing half an inches all the way to meet the 3 inches. And then you stop, back stitch, and then you start. You can just pull your thread if you don't want to cut the thread off the machine, or you can cut it off and start half an inches from your measure it. You can measure it. It's probably much easier. So from here to here, so you sew half an inches down and you back stitch. That's all I'm going to be doing. So just to make it easy, you just take your measurement tape and measure half an inches with your chalk, mark it, take your sewing machine, put the needle on the half an inches mark, put it down, and you move my machine slightly, and then you sew. My machine have automatic start and stop, but I'm not going to be using that. I'm going to be using the foot. It's much easier to control the foot. Okay, so you back stitch once you reach the 3 inches. Okay, so half an inches. I don't know if you guys can really see. The lighting is giving me a bit of a headache. It's going to be dark in my kitchen. Okay, so now you do the same thing. From that 3 inches point, you stitch it down. can remove your pins and you sew 1/2 inches. Okay guys, so that's it, done. I've stitched there to there, I've stitched there to there. Okay, so I'm going to take this pin out. Just going to trim the thread off. I'm going to move my sewing machine a bit. There's my elastic. Okay, I hope you guys can see. Okay, so now this is the opening here. This opening, we're going to turn it, or you could practically just turn it out from here. Okay, but the reason why I did this first is just to show you that you can either do it this way first and turn it out if you can't turn it out from the small opening. If you can't turn it out from the small opening, you can do it like this first. Okay guys, or you can just turn it open from this big opening. Okay guys, so I'm going to trim this first, then I'm going to continue. I'm not going to turn it out yet. I just wanted to show you if you can turn it out. If you can't turn it out the small way, you can use this big one to turn it out. Okay guys, okay, that's all I wanted to show you guys in this part. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do now, we're going to go back to our sewing machine, but this time around we are going to be attaching our elastic band. Okay, so I'll bring the machine back. I'm hoping you guys can see what I'm doing because the lighting is a bit of a headache. Okay. Before I stitch across, okay, so it was like this. I forgot to show you guys. So it was like this. So because I'm going to be stitching across, I need to turn it like this. So you can see this is the open end here. This is the open end. I want this place to be in the middle. So what I do is I just make it into like a form of a skirt or a bucket, into a tube, kind of. So it's like as if it's a tube skirt. Can you see that? Yeah. So this is the, you just look for the middle. You can eyeball it. Yeah. I'm going to iron it. Let's move my machine a bit. I hope you guys can see it. I really don't know. The camera, the lighting is bad. Okay guys, so I'm going to iron this open. Then to iron it open. Yeah, you do need your iron though for this. Or you can just use your finger to press it open in case you don't have any iron. But if you have the iron, to be much better. So I'm just going to iron it flat opened. Because ironing it makes it really lay flat properly. Can use some steam. Okay, so you can see that it's really flat and nice now. Okay, so the little opening where I'm going to turn it out is still there. Can you see my finger in it? Okay guys, so now we are going to stitch the elastic on it. Let me bring the machine. Let's move the machine here. Okay, so we're going to sew 1/2 inches again, 1/2 inches. Okay, that's what we are going to do. So before we sew, you take one of your elastic. Remember, this elastic is 6 inches. 6 inches. You need 2 of 6 inches, very, very tiny elastic. So you're going to put one end inside. Don't forget, you want the elastic to be inside. You don't want to stitch it together with the fabric. So you just take one end of your elastic, you put it at this end here, like so. Make sure your elastic is right inside. You don't want to mistakenly stitch it. So put it in there like so. And you take it to the machine. Make sure it's at the corner properly. Okay, and then you're going to sew 1/2 inches. As I say, if you can't eyeball 1/2 inches, measure it out. Make sure your elastic is right at the corner. That's just to make sure that when you finish sewing it, the elastic is properly at the corner, at the edge of the mask. Okay, so you sew half an inch. Half an inch. If you can eyeball half an inch, just eyeball it. Okay, guys. So now we're going to sew. Backstage. Before you get to this tip here, you need to look for your elastic to be somewhere at the end inside the fabric. You just look for it. See, can you see it here? That's the elastic. So make sure you don't sew it. Don't sew it mistakenly to the fabric. You are going to put it at this point here. Sometimes it's a little bit trickish because I really want it to be at the edge, and at the same time I don't want to sew it mistakenly, because if you sew it mistakenly, it means you are going to have to undo it and then redo it again. So I'm just looking for the elastic. Okay, so the elastic is here. I can feel it. It's right here. I just want to make sure that it's right where I want it to be. Yeah, and it's not on the way of the needle, so I don't end up sewing it in. Okay. Okay. So I stop because I can feel it. Okay, so I use my other hand to hold it. Oh, I may have left it a bit too early, I'm not sure. Let's just stitch it and see. Okay. Yep, I think I've left it a little bit too early. Yeah. So now, that's exactly what I was saying. If you leave it a little bit too early, the elastic won't be at the tip. So that's lesson number 1. So part of learning how to sew. Okay, guys. So I'm going to undo this and stitch the elastic at the tip just like this one. And then I'll come back and show you guys. I'll do the same to this side. So just as I say, if you let go the elastic, because I pulled this one out properly, but this one I mistakenly let go it. So you have to pull it out properly, okay, so that the elastic will stay at the tip there. So I'm going to do this side, just as I've done on this side, and then I'll come back and show you guys what's next. Okay guys, so I've torn it out. You can see the elastic is right at the tip. If when you sew it the first time and the elastic is not exact on the tip, you can always go back from this little opening here. You can always go back from this little opening. Just undo the stitch, position the elastic properly, hold it with a pin, and sew it properly until the elastic is right at the very edge here. Can you see that? It's right at the very edge. Okay guys, so I've done it on both sides. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to iron it so that it's smooth. Iron it. Let's get my iron down here. Yeah, so I like to iron it so it's smooth. Be careful when you iron, you don't want to melt your elastic. Ironing just make it nice. As I say, you can either even pleat it before you sew your elastic to it. If you think it's too difficult for you to, sorry for the background noise guys, the kids. If you think it's too difficult for you to put the elastic the way I put it, you can put the elastic outside if you are the one going to use it, you know, or you could just leave a little opening at the very tip. You leave a little opening at the very tip, and then you can insert your elastic at the opening and top stitch it, because I'm still going to top stitch it anyway, so it's much stronger because it's going to be washed several times. So I need to top stitch it. Okay, so I've ironed it so it looks more smoother. So you can decide, it's up to you to stitch this opening close. Of course, I'm going to stitch it close with needle and thread. Okay, so you can stitch this opening close. Okay guys, okay, so now what we are going to do to form the pleat, first of all, what I do is I fold it in half. I fold it in half. I fold it in half first. I iron it because I want to get the pleat. Okay, and then I open it out. Okay, then I fold it again, half on the top, up to the mark where I fold one part to the mark, to the middle where I just ironed. Fold that part, then you fold this one to the middle again. This is just what I like to do. If you can pleat it without doing this, then please do that. Sorry for the background noise, guys. It's my kids. They're just having too much fun, I suppose. Okay guys, so this just gives me the gap of the plate. I don't know if you guys can see the ironing line. Okay, so now what I'm supposed to have probably done is iron the plate inwards. So don't mind me, I don't know why I iron it the other way around, but anyhow, it's still okay. You know, it's a reversible mat, so it doesn't matter how you iron it, as long as you can rectify it. Okay guys, yeah. Okay, so now I'm just going to plait it. I'm looking for the middle again now. Okay guys, just 1 second. 1 second guys. Okay guys, sorry, I got distracted. I was going to give my son something, so I got distracted. Okay, I'm back now. So yeah, I will say that I ironed it wrongly. So I'm going to re-iron it out. Yeah. I'm just going to iron it straight without ironing the plate in. Careful when you're ironing it so you don't burn the elastic. Okay guys, so I'm just going to plait it. So I'm going to plait probably like between 1 inch, 1.5 inch. Okay, so I'm just going to plait it in the middle. This is the right side of the fabric, and then you need your pins in this particular last part of the face mask, which is the pleating side. You do need pins to hold the plate in place before you stitch them. So I'm just going to be leaving on the top here, maybe like let me measure it. I'm going to be leaving, let's say, about 1/2 inch on the top. So I've pleated it. That's 1 pleat here. I just fold it, so the plate is roughly about 1 inch, 1.5 inches. Yeah, just 1.03 inches. Yeah, so that's the first plate. Probably going to pleat it just in 2 places. And then on the top here, I left 1/2 inch on the top there. You can leave a bit more. Then I'm going to pin it. I'm going to pin it first to see if that is okay, because sometimes I do it 1 inch, but I'm doing it differently today. So I'm going to try 1/2 inch. If not, I'll just stick to my 1 inch plate. Okay, so I hold it in place. Then I do the second plate. So I do the second plate. This is the second plate here. So actually I'm going to do my 1 inch plate on the top, but this is second plate. I just get a pin. pin it on both sides. But before I pin it on both sides, let me just do the 1 inch on top. The 1 inch works better. So I bring the plate out. So I leave 1 inch on top here. You can mark it. This white line here, there's a white line on the fabric. This white line is 1 inch. So I'm going to take my first plate to that line. And then I pin it. Pin it on both ends. Then I'll do my second plate, because I'm only doing 2 plates. And then I pin it. So what I do next, I take it to the machine and just stitch all the way. I stitch it all the way around. Okay guys, so I'm going to stitch it all the way round and come back. Okay guys, so I finished stitching it round. So this mask can be, you can wear the back, you can wear the front, doesn't matter, there's no back, no front, it's reversible. Okay, so it's reversible. So I'm done. So yeah, that's it. You can wear it like that, you can wear it like this, anyhow. It's washable. So I think my daughter would like to wear it for you guys to see how it looks like. Precious, do you want to come and wear it? Let me wear it so you guys can see it. Okay, hold on 1 second guys. She wants to wear it so you guys can see it. Okay guys, so that's the finished mask on my daughter's face. She's modeling it for us. Okay, yeah, can show them properly. Hope you guys can see it properly. How it sits really nicely on top of her nose and on her ear, although her ear is a little small. The best for children is the one you tie in their head, or the one the elastic goes to their head. So that's the one I'm going to be making next. Okay, yeah guys, so that's the finished product. She says she's able to breathe, which is good, so it's not suffocating. Yeah, and she's been wearing it for like 2 minutes now. Okay guys, so that's the end of the video. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it was helpful to someone. Yeah guys, thanks for watching. I'm over here. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys in my next video. Bye.